My name is CieloSharkus, and I'm a fourth-year PhD candidate in the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering here at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. My first chapter of my dissertation looks at flooding outcomes throughout all of Massachusetts. This project, which was funded by the Institute of Diversity Sciences, was a joint collaboration between myself, my advisor, Dr. Christian Guzman, and some other partners at the University of Massachusetts. One of the things that I found was that environmental justice communities that have a higher percentage of minorities or low-income folks were facing flooding detriments at a far higher rate than more affluent communities were or more white-dominated communities were. And year over year, from 2010 to 2020, for example, the communities who had the environmental justice populations were increasingly living in the flood zones. And it was really scary to think about because I grew up in an environmental justice community and I had done a lot of foundational work in areas like Worcester and Fitchburg. And one community that really stuck out to me was Holyoke, and Holyoke was facing these flooding burdens almost exclusively in the environmental justice communities. And this was also really concerning because a lot of the legacy pollutants or pollutants that have persisted over the past 50 to 100 years were still there. And when floodwaters get introduced to these old pollutant areas, it has a capacity to spread and it has a capacity to make us sick. The community organization that I'm working with, that I'm super excited and proud to be working with, is Nuestras Raíces. The word means our roots, and so Nuestras Raíces is very interested in food justice. And so my goal on helping them achieve their goal of food justice is understanding how the food systems will be impacted by climate change. After Hurricane Maria, Holyoke was one of the top settlement locations for Puerto Rican migrants. And what's really exciting about Nuestras Raíces is they put a lot of emphasis on growing food that originated from Puerto Rico. And I got to go to one of their harvest festivals last year, and they gave out free jars of sofritos to everyone so that we could share in this culture and we could share in this abundance. And I think that's why this work is so important, because it's helping understand how climate change will impact these food systems, and it's also protecting the community against what some of these hazards on climate change might be.